That big boss, less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level. Second level gaming. Second level.
What is up, Level 2 Legion? Keegan here with Level 2 Gaming, and I'm hanging out with Bob, a.k.a. Muyskerm. How you doing today, Bob?
Good, man. It's been good. It's a cool con.
It is. This is your second? Because you were here last year, right? Or you've gone to more?
Yeah, last year was the first year here. I've done other ones. Actually, I've only done PAX otherwise. But yeah, this is the second year. It's so much bigger this year.
It is. I heard last year was interesting with just the sheer number of people.
Yeah,
Seems
it was a different focus last year. It's funny. The way the autograph stage is this year, it's kind of a big chunk and its big focal point. It was because it was Mark and Jack and Wade and I were with them. It was just us that had a setup like that with a huge line. So it's definitely organized this year. They're starting to plan for the crowds because the crowds are coming. So
which is
cool.
Good.
Yeah, it's going well.
So we just got out of a panel where you talked about the Norgies.
Yeah.
You talked a little bit how that started in there, but how did the Norgies become to fruition?
Yeah, I mean, it really just sort of grew out of our friendship. It's easy. Well, it's not easy. It's common for people to sort of stream together or YouTube together because, our channels are the same size. Like, you want to collab, and I've done that too. Like, I've done recordings with people that I don't really know that well, but we just know friends or whatever. But the Norgies, I sort of just happened to get to know Lixian, and he happened to know Ray, and then the more that we all just hung out, the better friends we became. And so it's really, we just like hanging out. Like, we'd play video games even if we didn't stream together, but I'm always like, well, let's stream it. I'm trying to build a streaming community, so we stream on my channel, but they all, just became friends, really.
Which is the best way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a while, but it's the coolest way to do it because it's so much fun all the time. There's never all right, let's stream, I guess. Whatever. I hate these guys. Yeah.
So how did you get started on YouTube?
Really, it's because I was friends with Markiplier. I was roommates with him in college before any of us were on YouTube. And he just started doing it by himself while he was still trying to finish college. He was like, all right, I've got it. Because before he did YouTube, he was like, all right, I've got it. I want to be a writer. But it's really hard to get taken on, start as a writer. And then he was like, I got it. I want to be an artist. And he started drawing. And then one time he was just like, all right, I'm going to be a YouTuber. And I was like, that's the dumbest idea you've had yet. But he started to take off. And the first time that I was interested to do it myself was when he did a 24-hour charity stream. And he raised, it's funny because now he does a stream for 6 hours and raises some ridiculous amount of money. And it was the first 24-hour stream he did, he raised $500 or $1,000. He worked hard for every dollar. But at the end of it, he raised $500 or $1,000 for charity just with his time. And I was like, this is something I'm interested in. I've always been interested in nonprofits, but it's so hard to organize a whole race or 5K. But streaming is simple, and I feel like there's a lot of people who would watch a stream and be like, yeah, I can donate $1 or $5.
And it adds up over time.
And yeah, it's just it's amazing for just a little bit of effort and time what you can do, how much good you can do. And that got me into the whole thing because to do what Mark does, you do have to have a community of people, and YouTube is easier because you can post content and you don't have to do 5 hours of streaming every day. So yeah, that was the beginning, and it's grown from there.
So you recently finished school. Congrats.
Thank you.
How did you balance it? Because you were in law school. How did you balance the work life, real life?
It was a lot of hits to personal life. There was a lot of time that I probably would have spent with my fiance/wife. We got married during the course of school that I otherwise spent recording or streaming or whatever. But it was really with law school, you can't sacrifice. It's a really tough graduate school degree to get, and it was just okay, well, I can't post a video this week and I can't stream at all. And there would be entire weeks and sometimes 3 or 4 weeks at a time where it's I just can't, I have to do school. And so it didn't really work out that well for the YouTube channel, but the fans that stuck with me would just wait patiently and were very cool about the fact that I was in school. And yeah, now that I'm out, it's hard to be self-motivated to do it, but it's much easier to not just be crushed by reading and papers and all the stuff that goes along with school. So it was tough, but you do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. So you recently announced you're going full-time on YouTube. A, how hard was that decision? And B, how hard was it to record that video and be like, I'm doing this and I'm making it public?
Yeah, I was trying to come up with like a script or at least an outline for that video for a long time, and I kept putting it off because once I made the announcement, it was like, well, that's it. Now everyone's going to expect content every day, and at least for me, when I made that announcement, when I was in school, it was like if a video sucked or if it wasn't that entertaining, it was like, hey, I'm in school, like I'm trying. But now it's like, I feel like every video I get so caught up personally. It's like, this got to be good. And like, I got to make sure the editing is clean, which I'm awful at. I don't have a lot of skill at that. Mm-hmm. And I try to be funny and everything. And it's a lot more pressure that I think I just put on myself. But, that's definitely tense. And the other part of that decision is like, we still got bills to pay. Mm-hmm. And so I had the conversations with my wife, and I had to really think about like,
what did she think?
She's really cool. I mean, we were both went to school for music. She got a degree, and I ended up switching and getting a different degree. But she gets the artist thing, and I think if she could, in a dream world, she would quit her graduate school and try and become a professional clarinetist and get play in groups and stuff, because she totally gets it. But once I convinced her that we would be able to continue to live in the same
real
place.
World stuff.
Yeah, once I convinced her we wouldn't become homeless after the first month, she was kind of like, well,
what about month 2?
Do your best, give it a shot, and we'll see what happens. So she's super cool about it. It's very supportive.
Gotcha. So you've been here through the whole weekend, correct?
Yep.
What is your favorite thing you've seen at Indy Popcon so far this year? Whether it's cosplay or just running into somebody.
I think my favorite experience was this morning. I actually got to meet Ninja Sex Party. And
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I know. I've met a lot of people. Like, I'm friends with Markiplier, and that's, he's like the end all be all for a lot of people. But, through him, like, I got to meet Cinnamon Toast Ken, and he's such a cool dude. And I got to meet PewDiePie one time, and they just happened to be in the same place because it was like, I met all these dudes, and they're just cool people. And I would just shake their hand and be like, hey, what's up, Felix? But with Danny and Brian, I know, like, that we were backstage too, so it's like the place where they're supposed to be chill and getting ready. And I was like, just be cool,
you
don't bother. And I swear to God, Danny walked past me and he was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And went to shake my hand, and I was just like, "Oh my God, Daddy, I'm such a huge fan." Like, I couldn't hold it together. And I have not done that before, but those guys are just so funny. I can't. And the way the music, like their talent with the music and their hilarious sense of humor.
It's funny because a lot of people at work, I said I was coming to Indy Popcon to see Ninja Sex Party, and they're like, "What's this sex party you're going to?" And I was like, "You don't understand." But then you get somebody who does understand, they're like, "Oh yeah, him."
Yeah.
Like, I love them.
So yeah, that was cool. I guess I've sort of become numbed to it.
There's a dinosaur going behind camera.
I know, there's
right
a huge dinosaur right there.
That's an experience.
But yeah, like, I've met all these people, so I guess I've sort of become like used to it. I met PewDiePie, and there's a little like,
and they're real
it's
humans.
that dude. But with the Ninja Sex Party guys this morning, it was this whole thing. It was like, I can't believe they're here. It's so cool.
So, any last thing you want to say to our lovely Level 2 Legion, to anybody who's watching, or?
There's a whole bunch of people. The camera's really not doing it justice right now. So I guess closing comment would be, and this is just, I think, because we talked about this in the panel, and I've been thinking about this a lot, getting to hang out with the Norgies guys and hanging out with Wade and friends again, is it's really, I get a lot of emails, and I'm sure the other like bigger YouTubers get a lot of emails from people who are like, just starting YouTube, I'd love to record with you, and honestly, I would love to record with a lot of people, but it's just like, I already have so many friends. I get to like one chance every couple weeks to record with some of them. But there are lots of people starting up YouTube. There are tons of forums. There are tons of chat rooms on Tumblrs and all kinds of stuff where you can go and meet people and make friends. And the more friends you have who like you're really friends with and who like what you like and who play what you want to play, the easier it is to record, because it's when you're sitting by yourself and you haven't done it a lot and you're trying to stare at a camera and feel natural and keep talking, it's like torture sometimes, and you feel like you can't say anything that's not awkward or stupid. But when you're with a group of people, especially if you're friends, it's so much easier and it can be so fun. Even if no one watches,
it's just a blast.
If you have fun doing it, that's entirely what matters. And it's so make friends wherever you can. Twitter, Discord,
Facebook.
whatever. There's so many places where there's people who are just like desperately searching to record with other people because they want to do YouTube and they want to have a good time doing it. So that's what I would say, I guess.
All right. So I want to thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Check them out. YouTube.com/Muyskerm. Twitch.tv/Muyskerm.
Oh, yeah.
Twitter is @Muyskerm.
Yep. It's pretty
Basically,
unique.
Muyskerm.
I get everything. It's so
easy.
unique.
It's really easy. Yeah, we didn't have that opportunity, unfortunately, because level 2 is a very common name, apparently. But go check him out if you haven't yet. And I want to thank you guys for watching this. And as always, guys, welcome to the second level. Bye. Thanks for watching, guys. We really do appreciate it. If you want to check out more, we do release videos weekly and live stream weekly. Our videos are released every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11:30 Central Standard Time, or you can watch them anytime after that if you want to.
Whenever you want, really.
Whenever you want,
We're
yeah.
on the internet now.
Yes, and then we live stream, which you have to be there for that a lot of times. But they do go to our channels afterwards.
They do end up after. They're really long, though, so they're more fun when you're in them.
And you can ask us questions while they're there. So
Yeah.
those are every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 9 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays usually me with the stream team, and then this guy joins us on Sundays. So come see us there. It's a lot of fun. We love to hang out and hear from you guys.